Welcome to Self-Publishing Authors, home for candid talks and honest recommendations. From book editing to book marketing, from author journeys to inspirations. Hosted by Gurhan Demirkan.
Hello, everybody. This is Gurhan. I'm coming at you from Austin, Texas. It is freezing outside. Just don't go out there. It is extremely frigid. But it's sunny and it's nice, and we are going to warm up this day with this topic. We're going to spread the word. All you need to know about social media marketing. That is the topic for the day. So, I am not sure how many of the authors don't know yet, but the world has gone digital, and with it, so has the advertising. Social media advertising has become the go-to choice for many authors. It is a great way of reaching potential readers. We know this, everybody knows this. Now, here is what you need to know about social media advertising and how to make it work for your author business. By the way, from now on, I am going to call this your author business. So it is business, because if you are serious about your writing and want to make money from your books, that means you are in business. It is just like opening a store at the mall. It requires investment, time, merchandise to sell, marketing, advertising, and then some. So that's why I call it business, and it is your business. No ifs, buts, and ands about it. Just put this in your head and let's get started, shall we? Now, back to social media advertising. It is a powerful tool that can be helpful for you authors to reach a large number of potential readers. It combines the reach of traditional marketing with the power of digital marketing, allowing your business to target specific audiences and measure the results in real time. The most popular social media platforms for advertising are Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and LinkedIn. Each platform offers different features and targeting options to help you reach the right people. For example, Facebook allows you to target users based on age, gender, location, and interest, and then some, of course. Twitter, particularly, allows you to target users based on keywords, hashtags. Instagram allows you to target users based on location, interest, and of course, Instagram demographics is a little younger than Facebook, so you got to keep that in mind. All these are the platforms that we can use. Now, having said that, let me just insert a bit of a knowledge right here. Twitter is not going to sell your books. You can make a statement, let the world know what you are doing, but Twitter hardly is going to sell your books. And on that note, here's another valuable info. Stop giving your hard-earned $5 to that guy who says he has 20,000 followers on Twitter and he can do an effective social media marketing for you. Sell your books, right? You know, 29,000 of those followers are most likely fake anyway, so just don't do that. It's nothing but flushing your money right down the toilet. Okay, so let's just get back to the subject. When it comes to social media advertising, it is important for you to create ads that are relevant and engaging for your audience. Make sure your ads are visually appealing informative, and contain clear call to action that encourages users to take action. Additionally, you got to make sure that you monitor your campaigns closely so you can quickly adjust your strategy when you need to. And finally, make really sure that you measure the success of your campaigns by tracking key metrics such as engagement rate, click-through rate, that's CTR, and cost per acquisition, that's CPA. Now, this is going to allow you to see which ads, in that matter, which campaigns are working well, and which ones you need to improve so you don't have to spend your money for nothing. So let's just get into this a little bit further. Let's talk about what is social media advertising. So social media advertising, it refers to advertising on social marketing sites like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. It's a form of paid marketing per se, and lets you just reach an audience on social media with targeted ads, important targeted ads. Okay, most social media sites let you choose which demographics you want to target with your ads, like the age, gender, interest, and or location. Now, I am going to digress a little bit for a second. Okay, I know we're talking about social media marketing and advertising, but I want to share a bit of a knowledge here. It's about Amazon. You don't get to choose any demographics to target on Amazon. This is a big handicap on that platform. What does Amazon do? It picks and chooses the demographics for you. So I am sure you are seeing the irony here. Okay, Amazon wants you to advertise, but hey, you're not allowed to pick and choose your demographics. Well, here's a bit of an information. Take this one down too. If you want to run effective ad campaigns on Amazon, it is for your best interest to send highly targeted readers to your Amazon sales page by using social media ads. This way, you train that famous Amazon artificial intelligence so that your campaign will work better for you. Okay, so now let's get back to explaining what social media advertising is. It was just a little bit of an information. Okay, so with social media ads, you can reach people you don't know, right? Or they don't know you as an author, but they might be interested in your books. This is what we're gonna take out of this population. People who you don't, people who don't know you, but we're sure they exist and they will be interested in your books. And this will let you get your brand, as in your name as an author, and your books in front of a wider audience. This is the whole idea advertising. Yes? Yes. Now, here's what authors usually don't pay attention to or hardly use: the data that comes from the performance of their social media ads. I know many authors are not much into analytics and the data and all that stuff, or they tend to ignore it. Shall I say that? That side of the business. But it is very important indeed. This is how you better the performance of your social media advertising, guys. You should at least take a look at the age groups, gender, and learn the meanings of like two important And basic data points like CTR, click-through rate, and CPC, cost per click. These are just important. This is not a lesson for learning statistics of the ad, but that is the least you can learn to make some heads or tails out of your campaigns. So when you do this correctly, social media advertising can be a powerful tool for your business. I'm referring again back to your business. It will allow you as an author, in other words, as a brand, to connect with your target audience, increase your brand awareness, expand your reader base, and drive sales, right? That is right. But there's always but. You must understand that social media, especially social media advertising, is not a set it and forget it type of strategy. It requires careful planning and ongoing monitoring to ensure that your campaigns are successful. And if anybody says otherwise, well, just don't believe it, because I see every once in a while some advertisings and everything like set it and forget it, and etc. So there is no way in this world, no advertising is gonna go like that. You're just set to lose money if you do that. So don't do that. Now, having said all that, let's just talk a little bit of social media, the benefits of social media advertising. How about that? Okay. So quite a few benefits of social media advertising, that's for sure. To start with, it is a great way to reach your target audience and build relationships with them, right? It can be a very cost-effective to reach a large group of people at a low cost. Most importantly, it's easy to measure the success of your campaigns, as you can track the results, such as how many people saw your ad, how many interacted with them, and how many readers were actually converted. That's the sales side. On the other side, social media advertising can also help you increase brand awareness and visibility, guys. Let's make sure that we have a clear understanding of your brand. It is your author name. That's your brand. And that's what you are creating. As more readers become aware of your brand, it will become much easier for you to reach new readers. That's for sure. Additionally, it can help you build trust and credibility. Very important indeed. Just think about it. Your readers trust that you are putting out quality books, and they are willing to buy your books without even questioning anything. That's a good thing, right? I'm sure it is. So let's sum up the benefits in bullet points. Reaching a wider audience, where social media advertising will definitely allow you to reach a much larger reader base than traditional advertising. Targeting specific audience, you can just use this targeting option on major platforms to make sure that your ads are reaching the right readers. Measure your success, as mentioned earlier. You can track the performance of your ads. Not only that, you can just make changes as you need to maximize your return on investment, ROI. Keep coming back to that, right? Low cost. Okay, that's an important point here. What I mean is, social media advertising is typically much cheaper than other forms of advertising, such as TV or radio. So, way at the beginning of our conversation, I just said that this was a good thing. Now it got better. In the old days, TV, radio, of course, you have to shell out a bunch of money. Nowadays, not that much. And social media advertising actually gives you this option. Now, let's talk about social media advertising statistics. Now, I am not talking about the statistics that you get from your campaigns. I am going to give some stats of social media so that you'll have a nice picture of the tool that you will be using to gain advantage. Now, according to the latest and the greatest statistics, social media advertising can be used to reach more than like 2 billion active users on the major platforms. Now, let's just stop here for a second. Again, I usually see this on Fiverr, that people put this number on their portfolio to sell this. They say something like, I will put your book in front of 2 billion active people for $5 or $10. And guess what? If you look at their sales figures, these people actually are making a bunch of sales. It is just unreal. In other words, people, as in authors, usually, the authors actually believe this and they give their hard-earned money to these people. Come on, authors. Come on. Just put your book cover on Facebook or Instagram, whatever, and boost the post. Here you go. Yeah, you just did the same thing. 2 billion active people. That's all they're doing. And not that it's going to give you any chance of selling your books, with a great deal, but still, you just actually stopped peeing away $5 or $10 and giving it to that guy. So, bottom line, don't do this, okay? You can do this yourself, and you don't even have to hire anybody. That's all they're doing. Just posting it in $5, and they make a $5 extra from you. Okay, that's it. Back to the matter in hand. Social media stats. So, when and if you have some knowledge, social media actually, advertising can actually help you generate more than $4 for every $1 you spent on ads. As impressive as it sounds, it's easier said than done. I know that, but it can be done. It is an impressive return on investment, and it is an indication of how effective social media advertising can be. And there is more. According to the latest statistics, more than 50% of people say that they have made a purchase after seeing an ad on social media. And more than 80% of the people say that they follow brands on social media. Okay, this is an opportunity, Mr. and Mrs. and Miss Author. Use it. But first, learn it. At least show some effort to learn the basics. So use this opportunity to drive conversions and increase sales and build relationships and all that stuff, Okay, let's talk about how to plan a social media advertising strategy. Okay, so there are many ways, of course. You can use social media to grow your author business. Every author knows that. In fact, everybody knows that. For instance, TikTok is becoming an author paradise, and the creative way that authors are marketing themselves are incredible, but believable. Why? Because I see them every single day. I belong to these groups, and people actually show the results of their, let's say, creativity on TikTok. It's great. So get on TikTok and do some testing and put yourself out there. Why? Because You're an author. You have a creative mind. That's why. Now, these days, it is actually not that uncommon for authors to have a social media presence for every single one of their books on different platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok, LinkedIn. These platforms are great for sharing updates on your publications, posting photos to promote your author business, and connecting with readers throughout the social media. However, keep one thing in mind, you just can't rely on posting random things to these channels. Why? Because you will end up with a bland social media presence and nobody will care about. Now, instead, you should focus on creating a marketing plan that targets your social media audience with the right content and engagement at the right time. So, before starting your social media advertising campaigns, it is important to have a clear strategy. This will help you ensure that your campaigns are successful and you actually are able to reach your target audience. Okay, so let me give you some key elements of a successful social media advertising strategy. You gotta identify your target audience, the most important element. This is the most important factor before you start your campaigns. It will help you ensure that your campaigns are tailored to the right people. Set your goals. In fact, you need to set clear goals. This will help you measure the success of your campaigns and make sure that you are not reaching your, or you are reaching your objectives. Choose the right platforms. Very important. Different platforms have different audiences. So it's important to choose the right platform for your social media advertising. I'm not talking about marketing, advertising. This will help you reach the right people and maximize your ROI. Now, create compelling content. Quite important. Content is key when it comes to social media advertising. It's important to create content that resonates with your target audience and encourages them to take action. Monitor your campaigns. Here we go again. We circle back to the statistics because you need to make sure and adjustments as you need them, right? This will help you maximize your ROI. I keep referring to this ROI. You got to learn this and ensure that your campaigns are successful. There you have it. You should embrace all these topics to plan your social media strategy. Now, what do we do after this? How about creating your social media advertising plan? Just going out there without a plan? That is not a good thing. Okay, so now you know the basics of social media advertising. It's time to create your plan. The first step, what is the first step? Well, hello, your budget. May I say more? You need to make sure that you are spending the right amount of money on your campaigns without breaking the bank. Not only that, this will also ensure that you are running effective campaigns. How? Well, if you're spending a boatload of money and not getting any results, in this case, book sales or maybe email addresses, collecting email addresses, that surely means there's something wrong with your campaign setup, right? I am referring to ROI, return on investment, guys. This is one of the key indicators that it goes back to your money that you're spending on your campaigns. Simple. How much money did I spend? How much money did I make? Did I break the bank without making any money? It's business, right? Okay. Next, it is your content. As I indicated before, this should be tailored to your target audience and should be designed to encourage them to take action. And once you create your content, it is time to choose your platform, or maybe I should say platforms. So, and again, I will say it one more time, different platforms have different audiences, so it is important to choose the right one or ones for your campaigns. Now, all good. So what's the last step? I know as soon as I say this, like I see some authors over there shaking their heads and they're like looking somewhere else, no eye contact. Yes, you need to monitor your campaigns and keep an eye on the stats. Yes, 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 this requires a little bit of a math, for God's sakes. But you got to monitor your campaigns to make sure that they are running successful and you are reaching your objectives. You got this, guys. You are an author and you have a creative mind. And that also means you have the smarts to learn some skills to run successful campaigns, or shall I say business, right? Now, let's talk about a little bit about best social media advertising tips. Let me just throw some advertising tips out there. Before you start on this, okay, or before we start on this, I want you to keep in mind that the best social media marketing efforts are the continuous efforts over time. These efforts need to be focused and targeted, but they also need to be frequent, right? So it is best to try different things and keep your audience engaged with your author brand. Now, you got to stay active and keep your audience interested in a variety of social media activities, such as like posting blog posts or publishing photos or sharing status updates and etc. And again, different platforms have different demographics, so set your clear goals towards your target audience and decide which social media platform you are going to focus more. Now, let me add a few more tips to help you get the most out of your campaigns. Number one, test. Did I say test? Yes, I said test. It is important to test different ads and content to see which one's working. This will help you maximize your ROI and ensure that your campaigns are successful. Keep your content fresh. It is important. Update your content regularly. This will help you keep your audience engaged. Ensure that your campaigns are successful. Monitor your campaigns to ensure that they are successful. Make adjustments as you need them and maximize your ROI. Measure your results. Here we go again. Last, not the least, it is important to measure the success of your campaigns. Identify what works, what doesn't, and make sure that you are reaching your goals. Nice tips, eh? Okay, so what are the best social media platforms to do your advertising? Good question. I'm gonna go with Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, catch the tiger by the toe. That will definitely get you nowhere. I know. I know there are quite a few of them out there. Which one to select, right? So, what was the first factor that I mentioned just a few minutes ago? Yes, the budget. That should help to start, right? For instance, you want to advertise on TikTok? Well, last time I checked, the minimum was $500. How about LinkedIn or Spotify? Check these. That's going to determine where to advertise. So, your budget will determine the platform or platforms that you should choose. In the meantime, let me throw some numbers at you so that you know where most of the advertising happens in the social media world. Number one, of course, Facebook, right? 90%. Instagram, 79%. LinkedIn, 61%. YouTube, 52%. Twitter, 43%. TikTok, 18%. Snapchat, check that out, 4%. Again, stop wondering where Amazon falls into this. Amazon is not a social media platform. Yes, everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. If you have a book, everybody knows this also, you will have to advertise on Amazon. There is just simply no escape from that. So, Facebook is number one, and the sister company, Instagram, is number two. Twitter is a pretty large platform to advertise, but as I just mentioned earlier, Twitter doesn't work so well for authors to sell books. YouTube is great, okay? Just great to advertise. It's pretty, and yeah, it's pretty utilized by the authors either. So just, you got to check to see which genre works and which genre doesn't work, and then learn a little bit about YouTube advertising. But that's a good place. Now, if you are into nonfiction, you're a nonfiction author, LinkedIn will be your go-to platform to advertise. It's a little bit on the heavy side on the cost, but you should get some nice results. If not, if not your book sales, maybe you get some business for your products or services. That's what it is all about, right? Most of the time in the nonfiction side. Okay, one platform that I did not mention, Pinterest. Use it. You are not going to get as many hits as you would get from Facebook or Instagram, but it is effective. Americans love visuals, and Pinterest is nothing but visual. Furthermore, it is not really as complicated as Facebook. I do recommend you check it out. Okay, let's wrap this up, shall we? Let's conclude this baby. Social media marketing, social media advertising, they are all powerful tools for authors to reach their goals. There is absolutely no doubt about that, and everybody agrees with that. You can reach your target audience, build relationships with your readers, increase your awareness, the awareness of your author brand, and yes, sell books. However, keep in mind that it is important to have a clear strategy and using the right tools and services to ensure that your campaigns are successful. Let me also give you a few courses that you can also check it out. Check him out, right? There's Mark Dawson. Yes. Brian Cohen. No problem. And there's always our social media advertising videos on our platform. And one more thing that I have to mention, there's always the courses that we offer at self-publishingauthors.com. That's about 4.5 hours, ins, outs, anything from making images to how to advertise on Facebook to BookBob. So there are also a bunch of useful tools to manage your campaigns, like such as Hootsuite, Sprout Social, Ad Espresso, and Buffer. And don't forget, my last words, budget first, then the rest follows to make it effective. See you on the next one, guys. Bye-bye.
Welcome to Self-Publishing Authors, home for candid talks and honest recommendations, from book editing to book marketing, from author journeys to inspirations. Hosted by Gurhan Demirkan.